When I get a game that's in portrait. I think I might have to work on a different border because I like the one I have because it's dumb, but it's not the best to look at. Maybe I won't put this up until I have something better. But this is Vampire Darling. Oh man, this is gay. This is so gay and I love it. Yes, let's just jump right into this. So I will be doing most of the. Whoa, that's the fucking bunny guy who was in the other thing. Alright. In this day and age, the line between day and night was blurred, and supernatural beings have worked their way into society. In a way, it was a natural outcome. The humans prided themselves on the culture they had built up, and claimed that they were ultimate. I don't know why I'm fucking up on that. And claimed that they were the ultimate rulers of the world. But they would be forced to see the error of their ways. Jesus Christ, I'm messing up way too much. No one noticed when the supernatural beings started showing up. They couldn't have noticed. No one knew when they started to mix in. The supernaturals. They were the actual rulers of the world. The supernaturals laugh and look down upon the foolish humans and prey on them. But the time the humans realized was going... Jesus Christ. I mess up and then I realize I mess up. I should just be trying to roll with it and fix it along the way, but that's kind of not who I am. By the time the humans realized what was going on, it was already too late. The town at night was lit up as brightly as day, but that didn't mean that the night had become safe. Humans feared them. They feed off of the humans' life force. When they lose their life force, humans become withered corpses, like a deflated balloon. It was true fear. I know, I fucked. It was a true fear. They feared the supernaturals, and began to call them by the names of the monsters from the past. Vampires. That's what they called them. Specifically, only vampires. Sadly enough. Those who took life, and those whose lives were taken. Nothing could be created from this relationship of predator and prey. Nothing was supposed to exist beyond that relationship, but it was that something... Oh, jeez. But it was when that something exists that tragedies happen. His was a pitiful existence. He didn't fit into either group. I kind of like when people say either instead of either. Either is a little bit more fun, but naturally I say either. The bastard child born of a vampire father and a human mother. It was fate that he was born into this role. He had not been born this way because he wanted to. If it were possible, he wanted the warmth of a normal human. He had been lonely during his younger years due to being a half-vampire. Others had bullied him for it. All he wanted was love. Though he had not known the warmth of another person, the boy had the desire because of the shining star that had appeared in his life. He was desperately reaching out, trying to touch the star. While getting caught up in his own various plots and conspiracies, he had touched the warmth in the hearts of other people. The leader of the vampire clan, Clay... Lovenslash. Clay Lovenslash. That is a really dumb name. It's like love and slash, right? Because he's a nice guy, but he's also a mean guy. We know everything we need to know about him from his name. Unless it's not at all that. But whatever, moving on. Clay. I have a duty to protect the clan. That extends to you as well. Don't ever leave my side. The young man from the... Oh, see, there are werewolves! The young man from the werewolf clan, who has been your friend since childhood. Shiro Karokura. Shiro Karokura. Fucking bunny. Trust me. I will never break our promise. I'll protect you. I love you. A vengeful predator of vampires. Lao Tianyo. The next time this happens again, don't expect me to be as nice. Be a good boy now. Good night. That's right, it's the main character is a guy, and all the guys are guys. It's guy on guy love. It's great. I don't expect you to believe me, but still. I feel like I used the same voice twice there. I should have rolled with a country accent again. That was really fun last time. Oh well. What awaits him in the midst of a conspiracy by huge forces? Oh, okay. And who may know the truth? God or the supernatural? I think I missed one. I don't know, whatever, who cares? Each side has his own ranking popularity. Character. I read chapter. Fucking. There's one for humans as well as vampires. Depending on... Why not werewolves, jackass? Depending on which character has the highest popularity ranking, other characters respond to the changes. Perhaps you may even see them in the ending scene. Reach out your hand and embark on the path to find warmth and find the true meaning of his birth, lover of the darkness, empire, honey. What? Okay. Just an ellipsis. Cool. Satsuki Narita, I'm fine with that. I don't got a code. I don't want to make a dumb name. I kind of like Satsuki Narita actually. Let's go with that. Desire the edge darkness. Select the route. What am I doing for? Main route. What? Are there other routes? What's... I think, like, I can literally only click on main route, so... Let's go for main route. Fuck it. Log in. What? It just starts the game, right? Probably. Jesus. Alright. Fucking rabbit-ass motherfucker. Alright, go to... I don't want to go to my... I want to fucking... How do I do the things again? I don't remember. My page... Isn't it... Can't it be like a story? Can we just... Oh, here we go. He was all alone. Even among the supernaturals, he was different. Within the... we kind of already knew this, but... Within the ruins of an abandoned building, a child born of a vampire and a human spoke to his black rabbit beast servant. Okay. I can't say that I'm lonely, right? Because I have you. Right, Bit? Bit. The thin glass of the window, despite having some holes in it, courageously protected the room from the outside air. Despite the warmer weather of the changing of seasons, the nights were still chilly. Satsuki shivered as he curled up his body and held Bit tightly. The animal is called Bit. The only thing protecting him from the cold was a worn-out blanket. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to summon you in this kind of weather. Bit. The black rabbit responded as if he could understand his words. As if to comfort his weak master, he flattened his ears and pressed his nose against him. Satsuki smiled softly. Satsuki smiled softly. Satsuki smiled softly. Satsuki smiled softly at his adorable rabbit. I wonder when the last time I smiled like this was. When his parents were still alive, he was able to smile much more. Oh, geez, and his parents... Oh, that's so sad. Yes, there were difficult times. There were times when his mother and father struggled, but there was no denying that there was also happiness. His father loved his mother, despite being a vampire, and the fact that she should have been his prey. He loved her, and she loved him back. As a result, Satsuki was born. He was born because he wanted. He was wanted. They wanted a child, of course. He was able to be proud of that fact until Satsuki bit his lip as he recalled his memories. Oh yeah, it was until that time. With the frozen game. Yep. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. I don't remember. What was the other game called? It was whichever one I did on Valentine's Day. Contract Marriage. Yeah, I remember the boys. I did a country accent that time. That was a lot of fun. After his vampire father watched as the life of his mother was snuffed out, he took his own life. Oh, a little fucking Romeo Juliet kind of shit. Satsuki couldn't stop it in time. I will come join you on the other side. Oh, that's the father. I will come join you. Satsuki, wait. No, Jesus Christ. I read the Satsuki because that's his name. Wait, father, please wait. He knew that he cared for each other deeply. He knew that they cared for each other deeply. But he could never imagine that they would both leave him behind like this. Satsuki could do nothing but stand there in a daze. The result of their love was supposed to be Satsuki, but his parents threw Satsuki away before he could come into his own. The grief from losing his mother was enormous. Satsuki grieved too, but his father's grief was so deep it took all he had to comfort his father. For his father to abandon him after all that, that's when he realized that he couldn't get too close to anyone. Whoops, missed a thing. But if you consider the fact that she periodically gave her life force to his father, she lived a full life as a human. But his father was different. His father had an obligation to protect Satsuki. It's the responsibility of a parent. Oh, yeah, That's teaching you. If you have a kid, fucking watch your kid. Vampires of Pride. His father's clan opposed him for taking a human for a partner, and there was no way for Satsuki to be accepted as part of the clan because of his mixed blood. Satsuki was half human and half vampire. We knew that already, but cool. Like a human, he could eat regular meals, but the vampire within him yearned for the life force of the living. Fuck. I just, rabbit, thumb, I don't know. Not quite a human, not quite a vampire. That was Satsuki. That was exactly why he wanted his parents to protect him. He wanted them to watch over him until he could stand on his own 2 feet. Frustration and grief welled up inside of him. He didn't resent his parents, but he was so overcome with sorrow. He wondered if in the end he had meant anything to them. He was supposed to have been born from the love between them, but he was an insignificant thing who couldn't even keep his parents from leaving this world. The fact was so sad and painful. Satsuki just wanted something to hold on to. That's why he decided to summon a beast servant. Beast servants will obey the vampire who calls upon them. They support their... Jesus, with so much fucking exposition, I don't care, get me to the sexy men! They support their master at times, such as when they are preying upon humans. Whoops, Satsuki was able to summon a small black rabbit, one of the lowest ranking among beast servants. It didn't take long for the black rabbit to become Satsuki's emotional support. Oh, God. It's kind of boring right now. However, in order to continue a contract with a beast servant, the master must share their life force with it. Of course. That was the reason Satsuki decided to go on surviving, and the reason he was able to maintain his strong will. The black rabbit always squeaked, "Bit, bit." So Satsuki decided to name him Bit. He did think that the name was a little too simple, but when he met the rabbit, it was almost as if he was introducing himself as Bit. When he hugged the black rabbit tightly, the warmth was enough to bring him to tears. For him, the world was a hard place to live in. But now that he had something to protect, he swore to take life head on. But still, there were times when he'd become depressed. Tomorrow the clan is... Wait, he's got like a high... Tomorrow the clan is gathering together. Bit looked at Satsuki with his big violet eyes, as if to ask, "What's wrong?" Satsuki smiled and gently stroked the rabbit's soft back. "I was invited, so I guess I have to go. I wonder if I'll get to see Clay. The vampire clan will gather once every few months, and information about... Why the fuck do I need to know so much about the vampire clan? Information about when the gatherings will be held are passed through beast servants to their masters. As a distant relative, Satsuki's presence was allowed at the gatherings, but everyone around him called him bastard child or filthy, and all the whispers took a toll on him. But the most nerve-wracking thing was the way Clay looked at him. Which one was Clay? He was the leader guy. Clay! Love and Slash. That was his name. He was born into the most noble house in the clan. It is rumored that Clay will lead the clan one day. I thought he was already the leader, whatever. He is both noble and perfect. If you ask any vampire about what a vampire was, everyone would give Clay's name. Long, silver hair flowed down his back, and his eyes were even bluer than the bluest sky. Wait, his eyes are blue? They really don't look blue. They look like the sky because the sky is like a dark gray. Zoom in on that. Me? No, I won't do that. I won't remember to do that. He was as mysterious as an illusion. You can screenshot and zoom in, though, dear viewer. Being shunned by Clay was the most painful thing. For Satsuki, it was much more than simple yearning. Because I remember the time when he was kind to me. Bet you do. They were closer to humans than to vampires. The rate of growth was about the same as in humans. In vampires, who grew slowly, I guess it kind of works. It is normal that despite their youthful looks, their actual age would be in the 3 digits. Oh, yeah. It must have been bizarre for you to see him growing year by year. What? Whenever his dad took him to see the clan, right? They would talk behind his back. Dad, what are these people saying? Nothing for you to worry about. As he spoke, I saw the deep wrinkles etched between his brows. Though he couldn't understand the complicated words when he'd been young, he could make out bastard, and that they'd been talking about him. Not to mention that it wasn't a very nice word, feeling like crying with a murky sensation around his heart. The voice resonated as if cutting through the silky air. How embarrassing. Since when has our clan started to sneer at a child behind his back? Clay's a nice guy, I guess. What? Fucking dumbass scenario ticket. Go ahead. Go ahead, let me keep going. Go ahead. I got 2 of them, right? Fucking dumb shit, but whatever. I guess they gotta make money somehow. Why is there so much shit? Okay. I didn't mean it that way. Clay probably wasn't trying to cover for Satsuki that time. He was simply angry that something that didn't match up to his morals was happening right in front of him. But ever since that time, Clay was special to Satsuki. He's like a prince that I want to fuck. In the picture books his mother read to him, when something terrible happened, the prince would always come to save the day, and young Satsuki believed that miracles happened. Now that he's older, he knows that these things didn't happen, and Clay isn't a prince. But the yearning remained. I thought it wasn't yearning, whatever. Satsuki let out a sigh. I didn't have enough air to do a real sigh. He was always afraid of the gatherings, but he couldn't let himself become any more afraid. Bit, please stay by my side. Bit, bit. The little black rabbit's encouragement made him happier than anything. Someone murmured, "So he's still alive after all." It was loud enough for Satsuki to hear. Biting his lower lip, Satsuki glared at those around him. His harassment was nothing new, and he couldn't let it get to him. It would end soon. Very soon. If he endured, he would be back home with Bit in no time. Then he could return to daily life. What is his home, even? Satsuki told himself this over and over. He couldn't lose to them. Satsuki was alone, but he couldn't let these people, who just stood by and laughed, see the weak side of him. I want to hold Bit and hug him tight. There were many clan members who took their beast servants to the gatherings, but many of those beast servants were big and ferocious. They would probably think a little black rabbit like Bit was prey. He didn't care how much they hurt him, but he wanted to protect Bit from it all. That black fur, the way his nose and ears twitched, Bit was Satsuki's precious treasure. When I go back, I'm going to hug Bit over and over. Weird blank text box. This is going nowhere fast. Alright, one more scenario. I want to meet the vampire guy. That's the one I'm into. Everyone around him kept their distance, so Satsuki edged toward one side of the hall. Countless clan members poured into the hall, and their magnificence was overwhelming. The clan leader's mansion was once an old castle built by humans. Oh, the fucking dog in the background. I hope you can't hear that. But it was decorated beautifully, as if it was brand new. Satsuki's home was the exact opposite. Whoops. It's not that he wanted to live in luxury, he just wanted someplace warm. That's all Satsuki wished for. Oh! What? I mean, that's obviously a narrative statement, but it says Satsuki's saying it? Okay. He couldn't tell how much time had passed, but Clay finally appeared from the back of the hall, so he's just talking to himself now. Following closely behind Clay were other vampires of high status. So, yeah, Satsuki's talking to himself, or Bit. Someone in the crowd whispered that there is this... I love that not only is he talking to himself, or Bit, he's just narrating everything to himself, which is something I do pretty often, actually. No, Jesus Christ. They're aristocrats born into perfect families. Aristocrats? So he was kind of talking? And then a vampire responded? Okay, fine. Okay, sure. It's just a really weird way to say things. Fuck you, Satsuki. Clay looked like a god as he stood at the center of the stage. The flickering red flames of the candles made his hair shine. Ooh, sexy little great man. Just for an instant, it looked as if he turned his blue eyes toward Satsuki. Are you sure his eyes are blue? Because I'm not sure. Personally, I kind of can't tell. But it really doesn't look like his eyes are blue. I mean, whatever. Thinking it was just his imagination, Satsuki hung his head. But just then he heard Clay's low voice. My brethren, thank you all for gathering here. At once the hall was silent. Everyone locked their eyes on Clay so that they would not miss a single word. Oh, he's Clay because he has silver hair. Yeah, okay. So now his whole name makes sense. I am delighted to see that you are all safe, but now I have some bad news. This is why I gathered you here today. Bad news? I wonder what it is. Lately, there has been some activity among the humans, and we have been looking into it. Everyone is aware of the hunters. Satsuki nodded with those around him. Just, without a space in between Satsuki and nodded, but that's fine. Everyone frowned with disapproval, but Satsuki had mixed feelings. Avoiding becoming prey, hunters were humans who hunt vampires. No, really? I thought he just meant the people that go out and hunt deer. 'Cause they don't want deer to be dead. Fucking vampires are stronger and smarter than humans, but it is said that hunters do not lose, even to vampires. Even though vampires are strong. Whatever. It seems that lately... Oh, right. It seems that lately the humans are getting carried away with themselves. It's troublesome, but victims on our side have been increasing as well. It's kind of dumb. I mean, this story... The other one was better. I like the other one. How can that be? How can that be? That's the vampire. Well, while the entire hall stirred, Satsuki tried to make himself small. He just fucking shrunk into a little fetal position. Every time someone said human, he felt his body tremble. He had to keep himself together, but the looks of hate were about to make Satsuki snap at any moment. Okay. He felt his head spin, and the hostility was almost enough to kill him. Overpowered, Satsuki reached into his hand for something to grab onto. His fingers of his outstretched hand touched. Ah! I'm reluctant to do so, but he is still one of us. Even if he is a bastard. What an asshole, right? I'm about done with this fucking story, because you know what? I've been reading for like 20 minutes, and it's going nowhere, and it's kind of dumb, and I don't like these characters, and I'm having no fun at all, so... Bye. Fucking... Don't play this one. Play Contract Marriage, or watch the Contract Marriage video if you made it through this one. That one's a lot more fun. I might play more of that. Oh boy. Take care of yourself.